Well, you're welcome back to Morning Express. We have our guest, His Royal Majesty Mbanefo Ogbolu, the Ugoani of Okpanam Kingdom and a first-class traditional ruler in Oshimili North Local Government Area of Delta State. Your Majesty, very quickly, we are talking about leadership and development in our communities and the need for individuals like yourself, traditional fathers, to ensure that our communities develop and the people enjoy the dividends of such leadership. See, there have
Yeah.
been comments flying around, individuals saying that at some point that government is beginning to undermine the powers that traditional rulers used to have, and that even traditional stools are becoming a little bit political or politicized. Is this true? These allegations being leveled against, certain traditional rulers across the country.
My take is to the effect that our democracy is nascent, needed to be given time. The fact remains that the traditional institution is the first government in Africa. Later on, the British came, tried to key into it, and those traditional rulers who refused to buy into their program were banished. And they put their civilian counterpart there, political independence without economic independence. Much later, the military struck and returned us to unitary system. That unitary baggage, whether you agree with me or not, the toga were still on it. Even the National Assembly, despite all promises, were not able to make significant amendment to the Constitution of the Federal Republic. My take is to the fact that people should be patient with the institution on ground. Even the American democracy, as old as it is, still needs some amendment. So we continue to amend from time to time.
Well, Your Majesty, let's talk about Okpanam, your community as we know it. There have been talks about certain land disputes in Okpanam and with, by extension, Oshimili North Local Government Area, and there have been crises, which we have learned, communal ownership disputes, illegal sales of land, and in some cases, weak governance in past administrations. How have you been able to handle this issue in your community regarding land disputes?
Well, the truth is that land problem in Oshimili North and indeed Delta State in general has been a baggage which requires all and sundry to throw their hat into the ring to curb the incessant issue of land grabbing. Land grabbing matter is made worse by the fact that certain people in position of authority are acting hands in glove with street urchins to take control of the land. Take my own case for example. As much as I put my foot on the ground to curb the menace, trump up charges are woven around my head with a view to carry me, but I refuse to be cowed. If the laws of the Federation and indeed that of the states is anything to go by, we shall come out of the murky water very soon. My appeal is that the ruling class, some of them, not all, should respect themselves and their offices by playing according to the rules and assist us to bring daring youths to book. This is apart from creating job for them, because most of them, due to idleness, have taken to land stealing and the rest.
Your Majesty, as the city of Asaba expands, there is demand for land, particularly in Okpanam, as a community, and these demands are mostly by private real estate developers who buy off lands from either families or they are resource persons. How have you been able to, balance this up in the sense that while ensuring that these developers get land for their business, they are also not truncating the rights of people who rightfully own these lands and, buying the lands via miscreants or street urchins, like you said?
My brother, the truth is that these independent developers, so-called, instead of going to the traditional institution to secure land, go through these land grabbers to buy their land. Any of them that comes to it will be dealt with according to law. Most of them don't, they buy the land from land grabbers. That is the truth.
And has your traditional stool done anything in collaboration with the state government to ward off these independent developers who are practicing sharp practices within your community?
We have always sponsored radio jingles. Anybody that wants to buy land should come to the palace. Let us verify the land, authenticate it before you move in.
But for your subjects as a whole, what are the people saying in essence regarding all of these land disputes? Because the conflict is now involving indigents, which are your subjects, developers that we had earlier mentioned, and even neighboring communities, trying to sieve into the land that belongs to Okpanam community as a whole. And we have also heard that at some point the state government was even trying to, grab some of these lands. In essence, from a holistic point of view, Your Majesty, what is a viable way out?
The way out is that for us to sit down together, dialogue, even government to acquire land, they should take the community into consideration. You don't just wake up by fiat and say you have acquired so and so X land without dialoguing with the community and paying the requisite compensation. That is what we are wallowing in here. I take you back. When they wanted to build the Asaba International Airport, Ugoani acquired the land by fiat, and we went to court. But when Senator Ifeanyi Okowa came, he sued for dialogue. He requested us to remove the case from court, and with dialogue, and they acquired part of it back to us. And there have been good neighborliness between us and the government of Delta State, despite the idiosyncrasy of some of our youths who went there when the land was under acquisition to sell certain portion of it.
All right, Your Majesty, I'm afraid time is far spent, and I really wish we had more time to dissect this issue and go into in-depth analysis of what the land dispute situation is in your community. But we hope to have you again join us for a more elaborate discussion, perhaps 30 minutes to 1 hour of discussing this matter. But it's been a pleasure, sir, having you speak to us all the way from your kingdom.
I'm most grateful. May God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Well, that has been His Royal Majesty Mbanefo Ogbolu, the Ugoani of Okpanam Kingdom and the first-class traditional ruler in Oshimili North local government area of Delta State, speaking to us on leadership and the need for community development, as well as the land dispute situation in Oshimili North local government area, and of course Okpanam community, where he is the traditional paramount ruler. This is as much as we can take on Morning Express today. At the top of the hour, Samuel Adeleke will be in the studio for ADBN Sports. My name is Chijioke Okafo. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow.